It's fall spring season, so you know what that means. It's time to prune your calorie pear. Now we all know what the Bradford calorie pears look like, what they are, and especially how they smell. But did you know that the best way to prune your calorie pear is actually going all the way down to the base and cutting it flat? All jokes aside, right now is the season that Bradford pears, the cultivar of calorie pear, is in full bloom, in full showiness right now. This is why the people of the 60s and the 90s loved this tree, but it is also the best time. It's the best time to ID these trees in the field, along our highways, in our pastures, and in our invaded wild areas, so that we can go ahead and remove them. But why would you want to remove such a beautiful tree? Well, if nobody's ever explained to you the plight of Bradford pear, allow me to be the first. Bradford pear was originally a cultivar that was supposed to be sterile, and it was created by the USDA Department of Agriculture to essentially bring a beautiful ornamental tree to the people of the public. But originally, the calorie pear was supposed to bring hardiness and pest resistance to normal ornamental pears and even maybe fruit pears. That was the original vision of the plant. But when it was picked up by the USDA, it was turned more into an ornamental program, and the Bradford pear was then created as a beautiful ornamental tree for the public to have. Unfortunately, at the same time that the Bradford pear, the cultivar of the calorie pear, was introduced, other cultivars of the calorie pear were also in tandem with it. And originally, the Bradford pear was sterile, but when it cross-pollinated with other calorie pear species, it became refertilized, and the seeds were then able to produce offspring. And the reason that this is such an issue is not only because the Bradford pear genetics no longer were stable and they started crossing with wild types and other calorie pears, and even muddling the genetics of fruit pears, which is all an issue. But the biggest issue that calorie pears present us is their invasiveness. Calorie pears are extremely invasive, and because of the muddled genetics, they like to lean towards wild type now. So that's why a lot of the Bradford pears that you see are actually wild type hybrids that have 3-inch long thorns. They become very thicket-like. They're very resistant to damage. These are all traits that come from the wild type from that cross-pollination. So yeah, it creates insane thicket stands along the sides of pastures, along our highways. The flowers actually kind of smell like fish, in my opinion. They don't smell that great. It is a beautiful tree, however. But even though it is beautiful and the crown is immensely thick, the branch structure of the calorie pear, like the Bradford pear, is extremely weak. They are prone to failure. They're constantly going through things that tree managers and arborists despise, along with all of the ecological issues that I told you before. But yeah, all in all, if you see those beautiful white blooms on the side of your highway or even on your property, do us all a favor and cut that shit down.